we lost a young man, Michael Brown, in heartbreaking and tragic circumstances.
Their baby was executed in broad daylight.
What's prompted the outrage in Ferguson, Missouri this week is the shooting of an unarmed 18-year-old Michael Brown by a Ferguson police officer.
And we just got another call stating that the officer involved shooting.
Residents are outraged, alleging that Brown was just walking down the street when he was confronted by the officer, whose name was not released until almost a full week after the shooting.
He shot again, and once my friend felt that shot, he turned around and he put his hands in the air, and he started to get down, but the officer still approached with his weapon drawn, and he fired several more shots.
Man, you know how hard it was for me to get him to stay in school and graduate? You know how many black men graduate? Not many.
We want not even the appearance of impropriety.
Many residents here on the ground believe the black people here are unfairly targeted and not treated fairly by police. Initially, the residents reacted with outrage, stating protests that, in fact, turned violent on Sunday night, the day after the shooting, when there was some rioting. A gas station as well as a few other businesses were harmed. And that was when police really stepped up their presence. We saw large vehicles, large weapons, tear gas was deployed, beanbags were deployed, as well as rubber bullets, bullets that are wrapped in a rubber coating. Non-lethal weapons were deployed on protesters and journalists.
Seriously?
There have been some outside leaders that have surfaced here in Ferguson, including the Reverend Al Sharpton.
To become violent in Michael Brown's name is to betray the gentle giant that he was.
Things seemed to climax here on Wednesday. The morning began with a massive protest outside the government buildings.
We're here for justice for Michael Brown.
Let's grab our stuff and go.
On Wednesday afternoon, myself and another reporter were in fact to be detained by armed police officers as they attempted to clear a McDonald's where we had been eating.
Let's go.
Police deployed tear gas, including at a TV film crew, as well as at protesters on Wednesday night.
This is no longer a peaceful protest when you try to injure people.
Now's the time for peace and calm on the streets of Ferguson.
What's going on here over the last few days is not what Missouri is about.
On Thursday, the tone between police officers and residents changed drastically. New commander, Ron Johnson of the Highway Patrol here, was placed in charge of dealing with crowd control. He marched as a show of solidarity. It was a night of peaceful protest. I describe it almost as a carnival or pep rally.
The officer that was involved in the shooting of Michael Brown was Darren Wilson.
During the morning press conference, police officers, through their statements and documents they provided to members of the media, seemed to imply that the shooting was linked to the fact that Brown was a suspect in an earlier robbery. However, in a later press conference, local police officials made it clear that the officer was not aware of Brown's status as a suspect when he first encountered the young man walking down the street.
The initial contact between the officer and Mr. Brown was not related to the robbery.
Don't shoot! Hands up! Don't shoot! Hands up!
But this sense of outrage is not just here, it's all around the nation, all around the world.
Still, at the forefront of the minds of the residents and protesters is one question: what led up to the shooting? Police have yet to release any narrative or detailed information about what exactly happened during their 3-minute encounter that led to Brown being shot and killed on the street.